Hello, hello, welcome to my life. Hi, Brian. Welcome to this live. How are you, Brian? Mm. Mm. Hi, Isaac. Hi, Robert. How are you all doing? Welcome to my live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this live. Thank you for joining. It's great to have all of you here. It's an amazing thing. Thank you for sparing time for this live. Please maybe share on the chat. How are you all doing? Where are you joining us from? Yeah, but we'll be starting in a short while. Feel welcomed. I'm live from Kenya. Great to have all of you join this live. Please do well to like it. If it's okay with you, do well to subscribe as well. Yeah. So Isaac, people who are so thing that is not impactful, So do your thing. When you are tired, you can just leave the life. Otherwise, good to do here. But keep wasting your energy. I wish you could do something better. But it's okay. Shanu, how are you? Where are you joining the live from? Ooh. Yeah, it's a great evening from my side. Let me check the exact time. It's actually 10:48 in the evening, 10:48 p.m. and it's great to have you join this live. Today I was just wondering how many times we postpone doing things that we should be doing. At times intentionally, at times because we don't have otherwise, but in real sense, it has consequences. So delaying to do something that you should do at that time, maybe considering that I can do it tomorrow or later or next week or next year. It's just called procrastination or procrastinating. We are just choosing not to do that thing at the moment. And I know you've all had at some point, either you've chosen not to do it at the moment, or you postpone, let me do it 1 hour later, let me finish watching my favorite movie, or maybe having time with friends, or to go out for a walk. For your own reasons, I know we have postponed or delayed or procrastinated at some point, but we also know that it has consequences. Yeah, so today we'll just share if you've, or maybe at some point you've postponed, delayed, procrastinated, doing what you are supposed to do at the moment, and you say, let me not do it now. Maybe let me sleep for 1 hour, then I'll wake up, then do it later. And then you realize you've slept for 8 hours. So you're maybe 7 hours behind. Or you say, let me not do it today, I'll do it next week. Or I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next year. But anyway, in real sense, we just push or delay the things that we're supposed to do. Some reasons could be valid, but others may not be valid. Yeah, other reasons could be out of choice, or maybe just out of preference, or just you just don't feel like. Yeah, so thank you for joining this live. Please, let's keep it interactive. Just share where are you joining from, of course, why, if you don't mind, but where are you joining from, and what at what point have you ever maybe delayed or postponed or procrastinated something, and how did it go? Was it a good thing, or was it a bad thing? What did you learn? You can share with us on the live chats. It would be great to know and also to learn. Yeah. Yeah, so procrastination, I think we have more disadvantages than advantages. So that's why today we just have a moment to share, to learn what are some of the consequences of procrastinating, or as I had written in the title, that true cost of procrastination, or of procrastinating. Yes, Jeremiah, welcome to my live. Hello, how are you doing? Where are you joining from? Please share on the chat. So as we share some of the consequences of procrastination, there are quite a number. We can stay here up to tomorrow, but I'll just share a few, and as we interact, maybe you can also go through your list, which one have affected you, and maybe to come up with some practical ways. And I hope that by the end of the day, we are going to move on and grow and get better. Yeah, so one of the consequences of procrastination, and it's really costly, it's that it increases pressure, or let's call it stress or anxiety. Look at a scenario whereby you are supposed to finish work today, or you are supposed to start and finish today, but you say, let me watch this movie, or let me rest, I'll do it tomorrow. But remember, each day has its own responsibilities. So you have work that you're supposed to clear today, and then you push it to tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes, you have work for that particular day, but remember you didn't clear the one you had yesterday. So you have double work to finish within the same time frame, that limited time you have tomorrow. This is overwhelming, of course. It's overwhelming, it's draining, it's just it pushes you, because you have to work so hard within the limited time to ensure you've delivered, you finished the work that you are to do for 2 days in one day. So those are some of the consequences of procrastination. And when you are overwhelmed with work and the pressure has built up, it's definitely overwhelming, and you have to do what you've got to do to ensure that you've delivered on time. But this is overwhelming, this is and definitely you'll get stressed up. definitely you become anxious because you have a very short time frame to ensure everything has been done and submitted on time. So you get anxious. Will I really finish this thing as intended? I have maybe 5 or 10 hours to do what I was supposed to do in 2 days. So definitely you'll get worked out, you get stressed up, you get anxious. It's like you are trying to fix things that you would have done within the 2 days in one day. So stress will definitely go up or increase, anxiety will increase, not as it was intended if you had done them at that particular time. So that is one of the consequences of procrastinating or procrastination. And it's a bad one because the moment you are stressed or you are anxious, definitely it will affect your health if you continue behaving that way, so that you just don't procrastinate today but you do it tomorrow, 2 weeks later, 1 month later, and the moment it has become a habit, you'll always be anxious because you have to rush things in order to deliver on time. Yes, thank you, Lucy. Thank you for joining this live. Karibu sana. How are you doing? Great to have you here. Yeah, and another consequence of procrastination, or another cause that is so dearly, I would say it also brings guilt or low self-esteem. Imagine a scenario whereby you were to do something 2 weeks back and then you realize you did not do it. So you always have that cycle of guilt. I wish I did it yesterday. I wish I finished on time. You are always feeling guilty for not doing what you are supposed to do at the moment because you delayed it, maybe because you wanted to watch your favorite movie or just to rest for some time and then you overrested. So you are always living with that guilt of I wish I did it at that time. And apart from that, that guilt become a cycle, especially if it was something so important. Maybe you were to apply for a job and then you said I'll do it the last day. And then you realize that if it was on 30th of August, the day passed without you remembering. And then you knew if you maybe applied, you could have gotten the job. So it's that cycle of guilt and frustration that I just wished I did it. I wished I did it. And that cycle of guilt and frustrations become, it makes you feel that you are a failure. Of course, you are not, but it's because you just didn't do what you are supposed to do at the moment. So it becomes a cycle of guilt, and you feel less or you feel you are not good enough because you feel you are not competent or you have failed, not because you are, but because you didn't do what you are supposed to do at that time. Moving on to point 3. Yes, procrastination also leads to unhealthy behavior or unhealthy habits, if I would call it. Look at a scenario whereby someone was to finish work. Let me just use work or to submit an assignment within a week. Then this person says, I'll not submit it right now, but I'll do it 3 days too. So instead of working on it for 7 days, the person chooses to do it for 4 days. That means he'll be working under pressure. So the moment the days have reduced to 4, you've rested just for 3 days, but the remaining 4 days will be overworking. You'll not have time to eat well or to eat a balanced diet. You'll just eat something as long as it sustains you so that you continue overworking and trying to meet deadline and work under pressure. That is an unhealthy habit. You'll not have time maybe for workout or to go for a walk or do exercise or yoga, those who go to the gym. So you realize that you don't even have time to work out, which becomes an unhealthy habit. And another way is you don't sleep enough because you are trying to meet deadline within the shortest time possible. So when you procrastinate, if you are to do something 2 months ago, and then you say, I have a long time, so you rest for 1 month, and then you try to fix everything within that 1 month, definitely it will lead to unhealthy behavior. You'll not have time to prepare a good meal and eat well. You'll not have time maybe to take care of yourself by working out. You'll sleep less, so you'll not have quality sleep. So that's definitely an example of unhealthy habits. So you form those healthy habits just grabbing that food as long as it sustains you. It doesn't matter if you are eating bread for from Monday to Sunday, or just something that can hold you as you keep on working hard to meet the pressure. But what of if you just did it within time frame given? Yeah. And just a shout out to Amale, thank you for joining. How are you doing today? Larry, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining this live. And it's great to have all of you just catching up and just sharing on the consequences of procrastination or of delaying or doing things maybe intentionally. At times it may be valid, but most of the time we procrastinate or we delay doing what we're supposed to do at the moment because at times we don't feel like, at times we don't feel motivated. You know, sijiski, I don't feel like doing it. So you just let it be. Let me have fun. Let me enjoy the pleasure for the moment, not knowing that it will definitely affect us in the long run. Yeah, so those are some of the consequences of doing what? Of procrastinating. Another one is missed opportunities. You know, if you snooze, you lose. The same way your alarm rings and then you snooze it for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. When you snooze, you lose because someone who is very, maybe you are applying for a job or you are to, let's use a scenario of maybe traveling and you had booked your ticket and then you say, let me snooze. I still feel I've not slept enough. So let me snooze just for a few more, a few more minutes. And then you realize you wake up maybe 2 hours later. Definitely you miss your ticket. Or you had seen a job opportunity, you were to apply and you realize that the deadline is still not fast approaching, it still has a good time, maybe 2 weeks, and then you say, I will apply for this job 2 days to the deadline. The last minute was, and then you realize someone who took their time, prepared well, sent everything that was required, gets the job, and then you lose it. You lose the opportunity like that. And in many other areas, yes. And Collie, how are you? Thank you for joining. I'm fine myself. Thank you for the compliments. And where are you joining us from? Have you ever procrastinated in your life? Tell us the truth. And what are some of the consequences of you doing that? Otherwise, welcome to this live. It's great to have you here. Asante. Thank you so much. And moving on, the list is endless. Like I said earlier, if we start discussing maybe the consequences of procrastinating, it can go on and on and on until tomorrow morning. But I'll just point a few and then we look into maybe the ways forward. Another one is reputational damage. This one is very serious. For those who really value their reputation, you know that being someone who is trustworthy, someone who is dependable and reliable is very important to all of us. So the moment you become someone who procrastinates and maybe someone gives you a project, you have only 2 weeks or 1 week to work on it and deliver. And then you choose to you say this is very simple. I only need 2 days to work on this one. And then you realize that 2 days to the deadline and you've not done anything. So you start working under pressure. You don't have enough time to research well about the project and to do it bit by bit, to go through it again and to ensure that you've done a quality work. So you just do what you can do within that limited time you have. But by the end of the day, everyone wants people who can be trusted and reliable and dependable by just doing a good job. So when you procrastinate a lot, and people will notice in the workplace, in school, in doing business, you are always late, you submit your maybe project late, you finish your task late. No one would want to give you tasks in the future, or just a few people who still give you a benefit of doubt. But a normal human being wouldn't want, because everybody wants someone who is reliable. If you're given a task to do, you do it on time and submit it on time. You give it good time just to go through everything and to research to ensure that every small mistake is amended. But when you do it last minute or rush hour, definitely it may not be as perfect as it should. And that one takes me to another point of another consequence of procrastination, that you'll always deliver low quality work. As I've said, when you work within a short time, you try to fix things within the less time or the limited time you have. You'll not have enough time to research, to go through it and identify the mistakes, to make the correction. So it always happens that it always happens that you will not do your best, you'll not give your best, you'll just try to do your best. But when you do it well within the time frame given and maybe deliver it on time and corrections are made, it will definitely be a quality work and excellent work. So when we procrastinate, we don't do good job. Almost good job, but not good job, because you'll always be working under pressure. You just want to ensure that you met the deadline within the limited time available. Yeah, thank you, Odema Sunday, for joining this live, and thank you for the compliment. Where are you joining us from? And feel appreciated for being part of this live. Tell us where you're joining from, and what have you, or what point of your life have you ever postponed or delayed doing something intentionally just to rest or to have a good time, or at times you're not even motivated? Share with us. We would be glad to know. Thank you for the many compliments. I appreciate them. And moving on, another consequence of procrastinating is, lost compounding power. This is now affecting us financially. At times you have money and you feel that this money is too little. It can't be enough. I can't balance it well so that I can still have something little to save. Especially for future use, maybe for the retirement benefits or for old age. So you say, I have this little, let's just use it for today. But you realize that if you can't be trusted with little, you can't be trusted with much. So the little you have, you say, that day I'll have a lot. And then you realize that that day never comes, because the more you have, the more the responsibilities. So we miss that opportunity of maybe planning well for our future. Then we grow old, gray hair, and now you know, we start begging or asking, but we could have done better. So it's just because, at times it's just because we procrastinated, not because we didn't have enough. I just hope that we will learn and get better, starting with myself and then you. And at this point, I would just like to just mention a few practical ways of overcoming procrastination. And thank you for keeping this live interactive. Everyone who is joining right now, thank you so much. And for them, I'm seeing you. I got my eyes on you. Tell us one thing you procrastinated and how did it go? Was it a good idea? Was it a bad idea? but thank you for the compliments. So some of the ways to overcome procrastination, one is just to eliminate or avoid distractions. At times we may not avoid, but we can eliminate. You know yourself, and maybe you are someone who loves your phone so much. You are always with your phone, and at times it just distracts you. Instead of maybe doing what you are supposed to do, you are on your phone. You go from Twitter to Instagram, then to TikTok, all the way to Facebook, and then you come back to YouTube. By the time you realize that you're supposed to finish your work or start your work, maybe 2 hours or 3 hours late. So know what is distracting you. Is it phone? Then keep it off when it's time to work. When you are done, you can get it back. Or is it social media? You just want to get updated. What is happening today? Which celebrity is being discussed today? Who is trending this particular morning? And then you realize phone and social media is so addictive. If you're not disciplined, you realize you are scrolling from one social media platform to another, and then before you know it, 2 hours gone. And then you just realize, oh my goodness, what have I done? At times it gets worse, and you realize you are late, you've not met the deadline, you've not met the target. So if you know what is distracting you, you should know yours. I know mine. Just try to eliminate it or keep it off. Yes. Bala 804, how are you? Thank you for joining the live. Marisa Awor, how are you doing? Thank you for joining this live. Just sharing a few practical ways of overcoming procrastination. Another one is having accountability, maybe team or partner or group. Having someone who can always keep you on check. Hey, Quinta, you said you are supposed to submit this project or start it by this particular time. What's going on, or how far have you gone with it? Someone who can always follow up, and someone who can always check up with you to ensure that what you had promised to do, you are still doing perfectly well. We need them. You need someone to hold you accountable. And apart from that, you should know why you are supposed to do that thing you intend to do, or you are supposed to do at that time. For example, if you are supposed to go to job or to go to school at 8 a.m., why are you going? When you remember the reason why you are supposed to do it and its importance, you would not postpone and say, let me snooze my alarm maybe for 30 more minutes and just enjoy the morning sleep. But you just wake up at the right time and prepare and ensure that by 8 a.m. or by 10 a.m. you are in class right on time. So knowing the importance of why you are doing something at that particular moment, and when you try to weigh with what of if I postpone it and do it tomorrow, which one will be more beneficial to me, then you will stick to doing it at that particular moment. Another way of overcoming procrastination, a practical way, is by just set goals that are achievable, or those goals that are manageable. Like if you know that you have a long time to maybe finish a task or a project, just maybe for instance, it's 1 week, 2 weeks. So you can break them into small bits and say, today I'm going to do maybe a quarter of the work. Tomorrow I will do maybe another quarter or even an eighth. By the time you get to 2 weeks, you realize that you've done almost more than 1.5. But the moment you say, I know this thing I can manage within hours. And then what happens? You wake up that particular day, and at times you wake up on bad days, terrible days. So you just make practical those goals, set those goals that are achievable. They could be small, you break them in bits, and you know that today I have a target, I must meet it, and I tick it. Instead of waiting to pile up everything, and definitely, we are also humans. At times, we get overwhelmed, and at times, you just wake up and you feel very sick. That particular day, you said, tomorrow I'll be very energetic. You never know tomorrow. So, when you break them down into small bits, you are able to do them and to achieve your target on time without postponing or without needing more time. Yeah, and just a few more to go, but a shout out to Philip. Philip, that other name is Odwin. How are you? Thank you for joining this live. Where are you joining us from? Feel appreciated for being part of this particular live this evening. I appreciate you very much. Yeah, I think it's time to ask and answer questions. Time for Q&A. If you have a question or two, please ask me, and make sure it's a good question. I can choose to answer or not if it's not, if I'm not comfortable with it. But thank you all for joining this live. Let's keep it interactive. And if you've not subscribe to my channel before, kindly do well to subscribe if you don't mind. And if you've never heard of this channel, maybe this is your first time, Winter's Daily is about inspirational content, biblical principles, and definitely Christian living, how we should live our lives. Yeah, hello Samsung, how are you? Odema is asked, are you not listening to me? Odema, I'm not listening to you. I'm reading your chats. Okay, now you can write. I'll be able to respond if I'm okay with it. Hello, are you not hearing me? I can't hear you because you are not talking, but I'm seeing your chats. I appreciate all the compliments. They are amazing. And how are you and where are you joining this live from? You did not respond. So when you respond to me, I'll respond to you. Ah. Mm. Yeah, and another way to overcome procrastination is just having a daily schedule or a to-do list for each particular day, so that when you wake up, you have a program for your day. You know, when you wake up and you don't know what you intend to do, to it's quite difficult to do what you are the most important things first, because your life will just be freestyle and it's not organized. But when you have a schedule, you know, I wake up at 6, I wake up at 5, or I wake up at 8, I'm supposed to do this ABCD within this time, then after this time. It's quite helpful because you know that by the end of the day, I still go back and tick my list. Which one did I do? Which one did I not do? Then I can also challenge myself to do better the next day or the coming days. Yes, thank you for talking to me. Okay, then Ismail, thank you. I'm from Kenya. Yes, I'm from Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya, or Kenya, Nairobi. Which one comes first? Thank you for joining this live, and thank you for asking where are you joining us from. How have you been? And have you ever procrastinated? How was it? And what are your practical ways of maybe overcoming, postponing things intentionally? Not because there's an emergency or anything, but because you just want to rest. You don't feel like you're not motivated, and so on. Yes. Odema, you should give us a recap of what we have talked about today. Because you've been chatting all along. But thank you for staying put. I appreciate you. I don't really take it for granted. And Samsung is asking single or mingle. You No, I'm not single. I'm not single, and I'm not mingling. Ay. Okay, was that necessary? But I'm not single. Yes. I think we are almost coming to the end of this live, but I would just like to challenge all of us to be intentional with with our time, because someone said time is money. We should number our days as well, because time is a resource, or time is money, as I would translate it from my mother tongue. But I would say that let's be intentional on how we spend our time. We should spend it wisely and not just waste it like that. Because the funny thing is that each day comes with more responsibilities, and each day we wake up, we draw closer to eternity. That's the sad truth. So if we say maybe, no, I'm still young, I'm still 15, for example, or I'm still 20 years old, I have a long time to enjoy my life, or to, I will do it next year, or I will do it when I turn 25, or I'll do it when I turn 40. I would say that time is, we don't have much time. So if you're able to do what you are supposed to do this particular moment, just do it. As long as God gives you the strength, He gives you the energy, He gives you the good health, just do it. Explore, try, do it. If it doesn't work out, at least you shall have done it. You shall have tried it and it didn't work out. We don't have much time as we think we do, especially for those of us who are still young. You realize that you are hitting 30, you are almost 40, and you wonder, how comes I didn't do this at that particular moment? You see that guilt and regret. I wish I did it that time. I wish I started. So if you are here now and you are still young and you feel you have all the time in the world, time is not, there's not much time. So what you're supposed to do. If you're supposed to take a risk, you would rather take that risk when you are young and make all the mistakes, so that when you are older, you shall have learned and know which one to do and settle and run with it. So let's use our time well to impact others also, not just for ourselves, but to be a blessing. Ah, we're back. The network did that thing. But we are back and it's great. Mm. Hi, how are you doing? Mm. If time could have been money, everyone could have buy his or her watch. All could have been rich. Wow, wow. I like that. I like that. It's a nice one. Okay. But it's a resource. It's something that, the funny thing with time, once it's gone, it's gone. You can't go back to yesterday. You can only wish or regret. But when it's gone, it's gone. Well, that's a nice one, Samsung. Thank you. Bella, how are you doing? So as I was saying, let's use our time wisely, not only for ourselves, but also to live a purposeful life, to impact others with your time, our time rather. Those who have the time, and maybe you are still young, you are just a student, do something meaningful to people around you. Visit people who are in need. This is the time. Impact someone, mentor someone, explore opportunities. When you are in school, and I want to focus on school and get first class, which is very good. But what should you do with the rest of your time? You just go back to your hostel or to your house and sleep. And it's not night. We can do better with our time. We can take the risk. We can learn as young as we are. You could be 30, you could be 40, 20, less than 20, but there's not much time as we think, saying that I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow I will do it. I'll have all the motivation, but you realize that you wake up tomorrow and you are too tired. to wake up. So may God help us to number our days, to be focused, and to use our time well. And I just want to say once again, thank you very much, all of you who have spared time to join this live. I appreciate you. It means a whole lot to me. And this is Quinta's Daily. The channel is just about good things. It's about faith, about hope, encouragement, inspiration. We challenge ourselves, challenge one another, rebuke one another. And by the end of the day, we grow. As we grow in faith, we also grow in our moral values, intellectual, we grow in, it's just a holistic growth. And that's what we desire. And we pray that we'll make the world a better place. There are people who have never heard about hope or love or kindness or faith. So be impactful as well. As you go to my channel, you'll get very helpful videos, shorts, posts, lives that were recorded before, just like this one. And trust me, trust you me, you will never leave that particular channel the same. Quinta's Daily. So please, if you haven't subscribed before, I'm humbly requesting subscribe to my channel, like this particular live, and if a video or a short or a post has blessed you, why not share to your friends, share to your family, so that they could also get that message of encouragement or message of hope, something to inspire them, to challenge them. Please do well to do so. Yes. Thank you very much once again. Samsung, even as we do appreciate, have a good night with the family. Thank you, thank you. Good night. It's good night from my end, or good day for those of you who are waking up, or good afternoon, whichever time it is. I appreciate all of you. And please, if you see another notification that I'm live like this one, please do well to join my live stream any day, anytime. Thank you and bye bye.